All right, final day of my monthly fundraiser to keep THORnews up and running. If you'd like to make a contribution, you can do it at my snail mail, my PayPal, my Venmo, my CashApp, my Patron. I only got $859 left to raise, and you guys are utterly super and fantastic. So let us get to it. Special shout out and thank you to Asteroid Fight Club, the Atmospheric Defense Team, and the Prayer Warriors, because since the start of 2019 hurricane season, we have not been hit by any major hurricanes, and technically they've almost been the least of our worries. Though I do not want you to let your guard down, because what we're looking at is high surf, possible storm surge, and a shit ton of rain. I said shit ton, C-H-I-T, so don't get offended. But yeah, dude, that is one of the largest strips of flash flooding watches I've ever seen on this map. It is a story of fire and ice. And by ice, I mean melted water. And by fire, I mean like smoke and wildfire and heat and stuff. All right, I'm clear on that. So please don't let your guard down, because this thing is going to cause major flooding problems for a lot of people. 30 million, I think, is the number people were spitting out. And people are like, I want to let my guard down. And well, it's still a free country. Asterisk. Isaias is still a tropical storm and likely stay a tropical storm, although it could strengthen a little before making landfall near Myrtle Beach, I believe is the going word right now. And then you got a spot behind it. We're not that worried about it right now. If anything changes, I will let you guys know. When this storm comes ashore, spin-ups are possible. Tornadoes, straight line winds. Well, I mean, you're going to get straight line winds. Probably even tropical storm or even hurricane force wind gusts at some point, I mean, it's possible. All right. And then tomorrow you got problems for Colorado. Shout out to Mikey T. You're awesome. And then whatever state. Is that Nebraska? I don't know. All right. And then a lot of rain. And then more rain. Okay, great. And probably wildfires. Crazy wildfires that look like volcanoes. This is precipitation over the next 2 days. And, man, I've been going so hard all year. I may take a day or two off this week. And by saying that, I may just work on editing a funny video or something that is nonsensical. That's me taking a day off. Technically, I'll always be working. Yeah, we can see the low pressure system move up the coast. And it'll go up through a bunch of states and then push into the northeast. And then go into the Antarctic and then get married to Greenland, I guess. I made that last part up. Possible tornadoes where you see red spots. Great. And expect for the next 40 days for people to be very agitated, short tempers, flare-ups, because Mars and Aries. And so, I don't know, it's going to be a time where it doesn't seem like anybody's going to be getting along very well, and everybody's going to be blaming each other for problems. And, man, the next 40 days are going to be a doozy. And I hope we can make it through together. I got a feeling we can, but there's going to be a lot of craziness happening. But, we're all kind of used to 2020 by now, although it just keeps getting 2020er. I wouldn't sleep on the flood potential unless you like waterbeds. Who likes a waterbed, really? I mean, they might be fun to lay on for like 1 or 2 days. Oh, have you ever tried to make love in a waterbed? You don't have to answer that question. Okay. This is really dry, and we've been seeing some crazy wildfires. That's just, and there's a chance just the whole 2020 run has made me less likable and has worn me down. It's possible. It's totally possible. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's all crazy. But we're watching. We're tracking. We're looking. Very exciting. We've got 1 sunspot, 2 sunspot, 3 sunspot, 4 sunspot. That is exciting. Some people might be like, that is not exciting. And it's still free country. Asterisk, you could believe whatever you want to believe. Ed Piotrowski, 4 different drops. All 3 showed central pressure above 1,000 millibars for storm Isaias or whatever. So once again, Florida got super lucky, asterisk, as the storm stayed 50 miles off the coast. But it's going to hit Carolina, and it's going to cause a whole lot of rain up and down the coast. Once again, shout out to Cranky Weather Guy, who's done an amazing, excellent job again, and the whole weather Twitter team, and the Atmospheric Defense team, and the Prayer Warriors. See a few little lines and Astro Fight Club of thunderstorms pushing into the northern semicircle. As the afternoon wears on, they'll start reaching the coast and the observation network, and we'll know what we got. Mid-level center is getting blown open via upper-level transitional influences. Now, through E-weather, we're looking at some Euro ensemble max mean gusts. We're talking 60s or 70s. It'll knock your hat off and blow your skirt up. Probably, maybe. If you're standing outside, you'd probably be inside, though, I'd guess. But look, buddy, we're talking deep tropical moisture making inroads. And so, it's better to be in your house. I would say in a boat, but that would be a joke, and I don't want anybody to misinterpret it, because we did lose 3 people to Hurricane Hannah, and I don't want to lose any human beings to, or pets for that matter, to Tropical Storm Isaias. But we are talking about, me and Brad Panovich and everybody else, an impressive swath of heavy rain along the track of Isaias. And I'll be happy to not say that name anymore. No disrespect to anybody. It's just, I don't know. That name triggers people. They're always like, you say it wrong. And I'm like, I say Canada wrong all the time too. But nobody seems to get mad when I say Canada wrong. You know? If I say Isaias wrong, they're like, you don't know shit. Dang, I tried not to cuss. And there I use the S instead of the C. Oh, crap. For whom the bell knolls. It was for whom the bell tolls. I'm off my game, man. Isaias will have quite a striking radar presentation across Northeast on Tuesday, and will eventually make its way into Canada. On Tuesday. Not Tuesday, though. That would be later. It will be the 24th tropical storm or hurricane to pass within 50 miles of the Hudson Valley on record. Plan to hunker down inside tomorrow afternoon, evening while it passes. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to be it actually might look better, quote unquote, on radar over land than it did in the ocean. So, I mean, it's going to be a pretty decent storm for sure, and it's going to drop a whole lot of rain. I bet we'll see some flooding. Howard Bernstein Bears, who's now called, like, what is the Berenstein Bears after the Mandela effect? That dude was totally Mandela affected. And it is also possible that this band of heavy rain could shift a little bit towards I-95. So be prepared, even close to the swamp. The swamp could get wet. All right. And when you drain the swamp, don't you just find a bunch of dead bodies? So it's like, we're going to find where all the dead bodies are. I'm like, oh, man. But I guess with the plague, they refilled it with dead bodies. I went cryptic there. Melissa Nord, heads up D.C., Maryland, Virginia. Rain totals from Isaias near and east of I-95 could be 4 to 6 inches. And then, you know, ones that are like, wow, that was 10 inches in 1 or 2 spots. Be prepared for flash flooding. Absolutely. Make sure storm drains, downspouts, gutters are cleared, and sump pumps are working. And charge your phones. Power outages and such. Yeah, there's a 6-incher in there, and you know, if it's like 3 to 6 inches throughout this whole swath, that's going to be a lot of flooding, I would guess. Hey, there's a show called 10-0 Earthquake. Los Angeles is about to be hit by a devastating earthquake, and time is running out to save the city from imminent danger. And they ask, why is there so much lightning? That is a great question. Oh, I tried to show it to you, but then it said no. I'm losing my mind, man. But I try and do it in entertaining ways. Because I love you guys. You deserve nothing but the best. Jackson Dills helping try and prevent you guys from being in a pickle. The NAM model is highlighting reasonable peak gusts. So yeah, we're, anywhere from 45 to 60, 70 possible. Anyway, in my last 2 weather videos, I made excellent points about the Apple fire and it's just weirdness. I don't really want to do it in this one. I don't know, man. I just, there at some point, it's like, what's the point? But there is a point. Anywho, the Leo King was talking about how a lot of people have moved out of Los Angeles and California in the last 2 months. And I've always said, I don't know, I'm worried about the West Coast for the next 3 or 4 years. Anywho, product placement advertisements from Storm Chaser Nick is new, but I guess since he's doing it once, I'll go ahead and give him a boost. All right, let me say this crystal clearly. While the heaviest rain threat is west of Connecticut, there is still the potential for a period of damaging winds Tuesday evening. Actually, it's Ryan saying it, but I was trying to say it crystal clearly for him. So we're talking tree damage, power outages expected, particularly Connecticut and Long Island. And so, yeah, I mean, this thing's still going to pack a punch. Not like a Category 3 hurricane punch, but still a punch, man. Marshall Good Shepherd, 30 million people face flood risk from Isaias. Hurricane or not. I don't think it'll be a hurricane, though. Also, unpopular opinion, the euro has not been great lately. I guess it's being demoted from king to prince. Already seeing the effect of a tropical system bumping up against the trough to the west. So, I mean, it's still going to pack a punch if I said that. But I am just passing along word that a hurricane warning is in effect for portions of North and South Carolina, while tropical storm warnings extend north all the way to Long Island, New York, and coastal Connecticut. Dun dun dun. Here it comes. Eric Fisher. Flash flooding an issue to our west. Locally, we're not going to end up in the main shield of rain, unfortunately. Scattered heavy downpours, but not as concentrated as western New England, New York. Happy Sturgeon the Surgeon moon, full moon, high tide, guys. Oh, seen rising last night from Graceville, Minnesota. Brought to us by Mark Torello. All right, to recapitulate by Frank's Weather. Life-threatening storm surge and heavy rain that lead to flash flooding are two major threats with Isaias. Tropical storm conditions will spread to New England, and hurricane conditions are expected in the hurricane warning by this evening. But yeah, the good news is it could have been way worse, and it was not. So at this point in time, this is like the first time 2020 did not overperform to the downside. And I'm very happy about that as your planetary defense commander. And so that is wonderful news. Yeah. Though I got a feeling August is going to be brutal in different ways. So everybody be prepared. And hey, I got to say, I love everybody. You guys are amazing. Last day of my fundraiser. That's just, if you would like to contribute, take care of your family, your friends, your pets first. If you got something left over for me and have thought I've done a wonderful job, I'd appreciate a contribution. Hopefully I'll make it through either way. I got, snail mail, PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Patron, $859 left to go. And I got to say, super duper awesome thank you to everybody in Asteroid Fight Club, and especially Cynthia, Summer, Scott, Matthew, Glenda, Max, Arnica, Stephanie, Light Soul, Marlita, Lisa, Daryl, Brian, KJ, Dan, Bill from ADT, JL, Fairytale Inc., the Texas Angel, Jason, Cynthia, Andrew, Janine, Ellie, Rachel, Athena, Marut, Robert, Caleb, Richard, Courtney, Summer, Angel, Damian, Angelique, James, Mike, Andy, Robert, Bennett, Matthew, Jess, Angel, Wagon Breath, Dan. You guys are amazing. And thank you very much for all the help, all the love, all the support, all the prayers. It has been a brutal, brutal, brutal year, man, as being Planetary Defense Commander. Not complaining. I'm just saying this is not my favorite year, and it technically is not going that great just overall, with the plague and the pandemic and everybody fighting and everybody thinking that somehow an election's going to fix all the problems, and as all the problems just get worse. And somehow the billionaires just keep getting billionaire-y, and then anyone under $1 billion ain't doing so hot. It's like, we're in a class war and we're getting ass kicked for under $1 billion. Philip Pappin's always yapping about weather. Thanks to Phil, and thanks to the whole Weather Twitter team and Cranky Weather Guy and everybody out there who's doing what they can to survive. And you're my hero. If you survive this year with your sense of humor and your love and your light intact, you're my hero. All right? So everybody stay cool. And once again, thank you. Shout out to the atmospheric defense team. Last year and this year could definitely been much worse. So that is cool. Do we have asteroids and hurricanes conquered? It kind of looks like it. But I don't want to get too cocky. Okay, talk to you guys in the near future. Peace out. God bless everyone.